the thing that I found is that the problem didn't happen on the intellectual level. It cannot be resolved on the intellectual level.
Baby, I am so excited. This is the Utah Business Spotlight. I am your host, Peter Anthony. You're going to right now like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Yes, I know my hair is a little different today. Do you like my glasses? I need to hear from you, and I need you to share Utah Business Spotlight with everybody, man. We're supporting Utah businesses. Today I am with my friend Michael. He is the owner of Release Works. They are rocking and rolling, doing some really, really cool things in the space of everything from healing to longevity to mindset. These guys are taking over, and they're going to share with you today why they're doing it and how you can get involved. Michael, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Peter Anthony. Great to be here.
Thank you. We're stoked. First, we always start off, where can people find you?
At my website, release-works.com.
I love that. And you have a bunch of social profiles. You're on YouTube, you're on Twitter, you're on X, you're on everything, Facebook. We love it. We're seeing you everywhere. And what I really love, well, there's two things that I really love about you. I'll start with the first. One is that you love people. You are so committed to healing people, to eliminating stress points in their physicality, and then connecting that physicality release to a mindset release that creates an opportunity for permanent healing.
Absolutely.
I love that, baby.
Yeah. It started from being stuck for years myself and just being in a lot of pain, not knowing how to move, both mostly emotionally and figuratively, but also physically.
And I didn't even think of that till you just said it. The emotional lockup is got to be brutal. Tell us more about that.
Oh, hell, man. So childhood is, it's a test for all of us. But for me, I couldn't even point to anything seriously wrong. But what I found out is I just plain had no way to move from where I had gotten stuck. And I gradually, over years, started thawing, as how I saw it, finding that I actually didn't want to pursue the thing that I'd spent 4 years in college pursuing, electrical engineering. I didn't want to go that way because I didn't want to end up behind a desk all day long, not knowing how to talk to people. I had no clue at the time when I decided to drop out, but that would have been a major missing part of my life.
Wow. So cool. And, and we don't realize that those little emotional components that keep us stuck, that's the good stuff when you can release it.
Yeah.
Right.
So mindset is everything there.
And you're a specialist. So tell us about that part of the journey. I know that your space right now is dominating. You're taking patients. And you've created these incredible paths to healing, so that anybody can get the immediate gratification and the long-term results. But how did this come about, man? How did you start to think about it? What are people saying about it? And how is it contrarian?
Oh, man. So you just gave me a whole bunch of questions at once. How did it come about? What was my insight? Somehow I knew that the Western medicine was missing something. Somehow I could tell that they were just going after symptoms. They were alleviating and relieving symptoms, but they weren't changing anything underlying about what was causing those symptoms.
Right. The cause of the root, when we say now root cause, but they don't really mean the root cause.
No, they don't.
Right. So you started asking a more powerful question. And then that question led to another powerful question.
And it came to understand that a huge part of the root cause, people are starting to talk about it now when they say things like somatic, bodywork and all that. Most of us still don't know what that means. But one thing that I started finding out is that It has almost nothing to do with a tight muscle. A pain or an ache in the body has nothing to do with a tight muscle, and everything to do with how you are holding yourself mentally, physically, around wounds and injuries of the past, be them physical, mental, emotional, or actually almost always a combination of all.
So let's break that down a little because that's so interesting. So you mean people hold on to these emotional wounds
Absolutely.
and that shows up in their physiology?
Can't not. In fact, one of the things that I like to point out to people when they ask, can emotions and stress really affect my physicality? How can it not? Let me ask, did anybody ever teach you how to look sad?
No, I probably copied someone that was sad, or I can't imagine that anybody taught me. It just came naturally.
Exactly. We don't even copy people. Babies know how to do it immediately. And that's why we can read body language, is because emotions have an inherent shape in the physicality. Every emotion has an inherent tension. If we try to fool somebody by, if we're crumpled and self-doubtful inside, but we try to be brave and puff out our chest and everything like that, it might fool some people who are not paying attention, but it's easy to see for those who are aware, because we cannot fake the emotion inside and the shape that it produces. So when that stuff has been stuck for years, it solidifies the fascial system into that shape. All the muscle patterns, all the mentality, all the thought patterns, they all work and circle around that stuck issue.
Ooh.
And
wow, you're freaking me out right now, man. So now that you've discovered this, what's the solution?
it actually has to do a lot with the body. I know there's a lot of things about talk therapy. That's been the focus. If we can think about it, if we can understand it, if we can change behaviors, and there's something to that. But the thing that I found is that the problem didn't happen on the intellectual level. It cannot be resolved on the intellectual level.
Whoa, hold on a second. That's gangster words, baby. It hasn't been caused on the intellectual level, so it can't be solved on an intellectual level.
Not at all. We dance around the issue and we rationalize and we compensate and we cope around the problems. And we can get very good at managing those symptoms and situations. But we are still working around the triggers and the buried avoidances and all of that. It's not until you get into the body and into the emotions and you actually feel your way through the hurt that happened that the guarding and bracing around that can be let go. And now your movement of emotion, of physicality, of thought, now your movement is not distorted around a buried injury.
Whoa, you're blowing my mind, baby. So now share with me these things you identify. I adhere to their truths. How do you fix me?
These things. So the answer is always in what's already there. Many times people are aware of the issue, but they're trying to avoid it. They're trying to say, I have anxiety and I'm trying to not be anxious. I have anger, but I'm trying to not be angry. I have a limp, but I'm trying not to limp. Every time the answer is in the body and in the emotions themselves. When you stop trying to fix what you feel and rather start with admitting what you feel, now you unlock what's going on.
Oh, okay, cool. So now when you're in your treatment, you're getting me to identify it, then you get me to commit to fixing it. Is it a balance of mind and physical?
The mind has to let go of the brakes. The mind has to have permission. So we can talk to the mind far enough for it to give permission for the process. And the process for the mind is essentially stop fighting the process. You're already feeling anxious. Stop fighting it. The way out is through the anxiety. And that's where people are terrified to go. I don't want to be anxious. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to feel grief. I don't want to feel this pain. But the answer to resolving it lies in going through the situation and finishing the experience that your body got started into decades ago.
Wow, so cool. Now, I understand by going through your website and learning more about what you do, there is a balance between the mind component and the breakthrough component that you do, and a physical component. And you've trained your therapists in this very particular physical mode to maintain the adjustments that you're creating for that human being. And it's called, is it called the method?
Right, the Release Works method of healing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I like to think of them more as releases rather than adjustments. A chiropractor will forcibly adjust a bone back into place.
Oh, my bad, baby.
Yeah, it's
My
okay.
bad.
It's okay.
So say it again so we get it.
That we are releasing that which has been held and stuck and guarded. There was an injury on the physical, emotional, whatever level. There's always components of each in there. And there is guarding and bracing around that. And the body has not started moving through that region. And over years, over 2 decades, I've gotten very good at seeing where bodies don't move. So how do we get started? I don't go hunting after emotions. We've been talking those, and so that's where I've kind of been mentioning in them. But this applies to the physicality as well. When there is a sore knee, a shoulder, a neck, a kink, a whatever in the back, we start by going into that and letting go of the protective bracing around that. And that allows the thing to start unraveling and unwinding and releasing. The tensions change. The tissues that have been glued and adhered melt and let go. They become able to glide again. That allows fluid flow. That takes the distortion out of the movement. That allows the body to heal what hasn't been able to heal.
So cool, man. So
Yeah.
cool. I am super proud of what you're putting together. What is something that if people knew, right, somebody who's been working with you for a couple of months would understand and experience, but it doesn't show up when you're getting people to sign up? What do you wish that they knew before that they'll absolutely learn after that's a key component to their change?
Well, everybody says that everything is connected, but nobody actually knows what that means until they feel it happen. The light bulb goes on when they feel it actually happen in their body, that their hip very much is tied up to their shoulder, for example. They'll say it, we give lip service to the idea, but even I still get fixated on the spot that hurts until somebody helps that thing starts to move again and it actually changes inside and you go, oh, that's different.
Oh, I like that, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So they get to, once they experience the connections and then experience the release, they have a moment, and they won't know that moment until they've done it.
Until it happens. And it changes how they see how their body is working forever.
I love it, man. We got to wrap up. Tell me about, what would you say to a young entrepreneur who's trying to break into something that is not completely mainstream? What advice would you give them?
Wow. You better be in for a ride, and you better be in it for the love of what you're doing. Because if you think that you're going to just leave your job and go work for yourself, that's an entirely different skill set, and you're in for a hell of a growth journey.
I love it. Yes, you are. But here's what I'm going to share with you too. Man, you're in for that journey. Commit to the journey. Then get obsessed with the journey. Take that journey till its ultimate conclusion, which is your success, your community's success, and your family's success. Michael, thank you so much for taking the time.
My pleasure, and thank you.
I know you moved heaven and earth to get here today. We are super, super grateful. It's incredible because we could talk to you for hours and learn more and more and more about how the body and the mind are connected. Where can people find you?
At my website, release-works.com.
Excellent.
Best place to start.
Excellent. Well, we hope that you find him. Get there. There's a lot of specials going on that website. You want to learn what Michael knows and how to put your body back together in a healthy way that'll last forever. We love you. This is the Utah Business Spotlight. I'm your host, Peter Anthony. Like, subscribe, share, and do yourself a favor, man. Tell people about Utah businesses. This is important, baby. We want to make sure that Utah continues to grow, continues to thrive. We're grateful. We love this community. We love you. We'll see you soon.